Parshas Vayeilech, Tov Shin Pei, just after Rosh Hashanah. Shabbos Shuva. This Parsha very often is read together with the Parsha before, Netzavim. So we read Netzavim Vayeilech. This one Parsha is sometimes divided into two. Many other Parshas, Parshiot are joined together. Two Parshas become one. But in this case, as Rav Saadia Gaon tells us, it's really one Parsha, and sometimes it's divided into two. So this week we read Vayeilech, coinciding with Shabbos Shuva. And in the Parsha, an amazing prophecy given from the fifth Aliyah, and it's so amazing, and rather than paraphrasing it, something I'd like to do is to actually just read the translation and then perhaps speak about it for a few moments, and then see how it's connected to the Haftorah, Hosea, Shuva Yisrael. So let's look at the fifth Aliyah. Hashem speaks to Moshe, and he tells him, "Your days are drawing near to die. Summon Yehoshua, and both of you should stand in the tent of meeting, in the Ohel Moed, and I shall command him." The Eibishter is talking to Moshe, says to Moshe, "Bring Yehoshua, and I, the Eibishter, will command him, will command Yehoshua." So Moshe and Yehoshua went and stood in the tent of meeting, and Hashem appeared in the tent in a pillar of cloud, and the pillar of cloud stood at the entrance of the tent. And Hashem speaks to Moshe, "Behold, you will lie with your forefathers, but this people will rise up and stray after the gods of that which is foreign to the land, in whose midst it is coming, and it will forsake me, and it will annul my covenant that I have sealed with it." Tremendous prophecy, telling Moshe Rabbeinu a prophecy that although Moshe is about to pass away, the Eibishter tells him that the Jewish people will, as a unit, a single unit, will rebel after Moshe's passing, and that the Eibishter will annul his covenant with us. "My anger will flare against it," in the singular, it, the Jewish people, "on that day, and I will forsake them, and I will conceal my face from them, and they will become prey, and many evils and distresses will encounter it. It will say on that day, is it not because my God is not in my midst that these evils have encountered me? But I will surely have concealed my face on that day because of all the evil that it did, for it had turned to the gods of others." And then the Eibishter commands Moshe to write down the song that will be in next week's Parshas Ha'azinu. And this song, this shira, this song Ha'azinu, will be a witness against the Jewish people when they will be in distress, when all of these evils will come upon them. This song will speak to them and be a witness that this was already something that was known when Moshe was about to pass away and was given over to him as a prophecy. Skipping a few pasukim, and he commanded Yehoshua bin Nun and said, and this is not Moshe commanding Yehoshua, but the Eibishter talking directly to Yehoshua, and says to him, Chazak va'amatz, be strong and courageous. For you shall bring the children of Israel to the land that I have sworn to them, and I shall be with you. And in Hebrew, that is, Chazak ve'amatz, ki ato tovi et bnei Yisrael el haaretz, asher nishbati lahem, va'anochi ehye imach, and I shall be with you. And when Moshe finished writing these words, the Sefer Torah was put in the ark. And Moshe gathered together the elders of the tribes and spoke the song into their ears that we will read next week. Pretty distressing prophecy that we will rebel already 40 years together with our leader Moshe Rabbeinu. All that while, 40 years, purging us of the people who had left Mitzrayim and had rebelled in the Midbar. Nonetheless, year after year, Moshe Rabbeinu sees this stiff-necked people. And as Moshe is about to be returning his neshama to dwell with his forefathers, Moshe receives the prophecy that he knows that the Jewish people will rebel again and again and again until the Eibishter will completely annul the covenant that he made with us. Completely annul, that's what's written. But we know that this annulment is hiding his face from us, completely abandoning us, only for a moment. And where do we see that? We see that in the Haftorah that we read on Shabbos Shuva. Let's turn to Hosea. Shuva Yisroel, Ad Hashem Elokecha. He says, return, O Israel. Return because we have stumbled, because we have rebelled, we have forsaken the path that we were given, and that path of righteousness which we left brought upon us these many calamities, all these generations. Return to Hashem. Forgive every sin, Hashem. We say to him, forgive every sin, accept goodness. And let our lips be a substitute for the bulls, the korbanot. Assyria cannot help us, only you. I will heal their rebelliousness. The prophet tells us in Hashem's name. I shall heal their rebelliousness. I shall love them willingly, for my wrath will be withdrawn from them. Although in the Parsha, he tells us that he will withdraw, hide his face completely. Hosea tells us in Hashem's name, tell them that I shall be like the dew to them. In Hebrew, Anochi eheyeh imoch, imahem. Eheyeh ketal liyisrael. That's how it's written. Eheyeh ketal liyisrael. I shall be like dew to Israel. It will blossom like the rose. And a very flowery prophecy, Hosea, shows how Hashem's returning his Shekhinah, his divine presence to us, will blossom and cover us completely. But he uses the lashon tal. Eheyeh katal liyisrael. Very interesting use of the lashon tal. We know what tal is. Tal is a dew that appears when the temperature is just right and the moisture in the air is just right. Then the coolness of the particular item that exists in the world and the moisture of the air, which is a gas, because of the coolness, the temperature is just right, the dew point is just reached, and the dew manifests on the leaves, on a cool piece of glass, windshield of a car, on your beard as you're walking through the morning mist. The mist gathers on the beard because the cold air makes the beard just right for the dew to develop on the beard. But you never see it. It's not like rain. Rain comes down and you see the rain. You see the water. But dew is in the air all the time. But it's a gas. But when everything is just right, the dew develops. It manifests. Eheyeh katal liyisrael. When the Eibishter will return his presence to us. What will return? His very essence will manifest itself to us. Not immediately, but like dew. Eheyeh, the very essential name of God, the name that he said to Yehoshua, as we just read, and he commanded Yehoshua. Who is he? The Eibishter. And says to him, you shall bring the people into the land. Va'anochi eheyeh imoch, and I shall be with you. Who will be with him? The Eibishter, his very essence. Again and again, we will see this name associated with the Geula. This very essential name is the name that Yehoshua is given at the end of the life of Moshe Rabbeinu. It was the name that was given to Moshe Rabbeinu at the very beginning of his shlichut. And as we will see when we read Bereshis, the Haftorah of Bereshis, when Yehoshua brings the people into the land, he is again told this very essential name. And this very essential name doesn't immediately reveal the essence. It happens like dew, gradually, over your lifetime. You will see godliness everywhere. You cannot help it. It's the destiny of our people. We are those who open our eyes and perceive the divinity that exists in front of us all the time, always did, always will. But until we acknowledge that, it remains hidden. Acknowledge it, and it becomes revealed. How do you acknowledge it? By acknowledging that within yourself there is divinity. That divinity, the very essence of what we are, is one with God. When you see that within yourself, you see it everywhere. You cannot see it within yourself? Take upon yourself this name. I am what I am. Ehyeh asher ehyeh. And then this name will gradually reveal the secrets of God, the secrets of what it means to be a man, what it means to be a whole human being in this world. God bless, and may this dew immediately manifest in the world with the revelation of Mashiach.